Good evening again. In this video I will show you how to make very potent cough syrup made just from two ingredients, from the broadleaf and narrowleaf plantain, basically from the plantain wild plant, and from sugar. I'm using coconut sugar in this recipe and plantain wild plant, two types of plantain because both of them were growing in my environment, so I'm using what's growing around me. Normally I use raw honey instead of brown sugar, or this time it's called coconut sugar, but normally, as I said, I'm using raw honey. This is for someone who doesn't mind that I will be using this sugar, so that's fine. The original recipe is calling for sugar, regular white sugar, but I hate using white sugar for many reasons, so I'm using the coconut sugar and plantain, two types of plantain, narrow leaf and broadleaf plantain. You could see them in my previous video, how they look, how you can identify them, how you can harvest them very easily. And then all you need is just a sterilized glass jar that is dry. Your plantain, I harvested my plantain today, it's all here. I washed it first from any kind of dirt and filth, so it was first washed and then it was dried. So your plantain can't be wet at all because your syrup would go moldy. So if you want to avoid moldiness, if you don't want your syrup to go bad and it won't be your work won't be wasted, first wash and dry it so it's really dry. I can see it's dry, it's still full of all the goodies and all the liquids, but it's dried. So that's the key for your cough syrup. I will be explaining you and talking as I work. This plantain cough syrup is based on the recipe, on the original recipe that you're laying the layers of the plantain sugar till you come to the top of the jar, that you fill it up with the sugar or honey. It has to be covered with sugar. It will settle down during the night, and then the following day, since you will see it settled and there will be still some gap left, you can still fill it up. The key is, or it's very important, to press it inside firmly. So I will keep working and explaining as I go. That's the way as I make my videos. At the same time, I'm drinking plantain tea from a fresh plantain. As you know, plantain is very good medicine for all respiratory ailments, for all respiratory troubles. So I'll be chopping my plantain. It's good to have it chopped perfectly. Don't leave it in the whole texture leaves, but chop it perfectly. As you know, plantain, either broadleaf or narrowleaf plantain, both of them are very good expectorant and both of them have very same medicinal values. Okay, so first we go with the layer of the plantain. Okay, we want to press it there well. Okay, I think I will need some wooden spoon. Use all sterilized equipment so it doesn't go moldy. So you see these leaves are fresh leaves of broadleaf and narrowleaf plantain in my tea. Okay, so I will be pressing it there firmly. It has to be really pressed so everything is released. Then we will go with the layer of the sugar. This is coconut sugar. You want to really cover it well. Okay, so we have the layer of plantain, layer of sugar. Good. Okay, we will keep going. Okay, now plantain is great for all respiratory troubles, for dead cough, for black cough, even for asthma, for tuberculosis, for bronchitis. Literally, it's stated like the best medicine for all kind of respiratory ailments, all kind of illness that is in common with the lung disease or tuberculosis. or even it's connected with lung asthma, black cough, as I mentioned already. Whole plant of the plantain, whole plantain plant is medicinal, highly medicinal, and as you know, it's multifunctional. It's very good for many things. You can use it from its roots. You can even use not just the leaves here, but you can use even the roots. If you have them washed and dried, use the roots along with your plantain leaves. But what I wanted to say is, you see I'm chopping it really small, very, very small, like you were chopping chive or some herbs very finely. So what I want to say, the whole plantain is medicinal from its roots, through the stem, leaves, up to the seeds. Seeds are very good for kidneys. If you're taking, I think 6, there is a little dosage, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was 6 decagrams. It's a little, probably half teaspoon of the ground up plantain seeds. If you take it daily, on daily basis, and if you drink it with the plantain leaf tea, it's against kidney stones. Okay, I'm actually having my plantain seeds here. You see how small they are, how tiny they are. Probably you can see it now well. There are shelves from the plantain seeds as well, but you can see the black dots, that's plantain seeds. I store them the whole year around in this glass jar for my, like a garnish for the dishes, different dishes, but it's very good medicine for your kidneys and for eyesight, for many things. So I just have it stored in my glass jar. Okay, that's another layer of plantain. You have to really press it well. That's very important in this recipe. So use the whole weight and press it well. The whole plant is medicinal, as I said already. It will clean your blood, your lungs, your stomach. So if you have bad blood, or if you have weak lungs, or if you look pale, if your kids are very weak, if you have troubles, any kind of troubles with kidneys, if you're low on iron, if you have skin spots, or if you keep coughing, and if you just feel very weak, drink plantain leaf tea as often as you can. It's very good medicine. This is all mentioned in Maria Treben's old folk literature, so it's not from my head. It's just the fact that is kept in the old folk literature. Okay, another layer of sugar, brown sugar, and again press it well. It will settle by the morning. Okay, I will keep chopping. I will keep chopping more leaves. It has to be really small. Then what else? As I said, this syrup will be good for asthma, for bronchitis. If someone has a bronchitis or lung asthma, what's recommended is to drink plantain tea along with wild thyme in proportion 1:1. So that's the ratio. Ratio would be let's say 1 cup or 1 tablespoon or teaspoon of plantain leaf and 1 teaspoon or tablespoon of wild thyme that is growing in June, July. So that's very good for mentioned asthma and bronchitis. Okay, then I mentioned plantain seeds that are against kidney stones, but if you take them on daily basis along with plantain tea. Also, as you probably know, this plantain is so powerful that will help to heal any wounds. So if you cut your, okay, again layer of the sugar, if you cut your finger, if you have some cuts, what's recommended is just chew up some plantain leaf and display it on on affected part where you just cut yourself, or when you're outside somewhere where you're just on your own and there is just nature around you, then chew up some plantain leaves and display it on the wasp bite stings. If the wasp or bee will sting you, or if you get bitten by a snake, or what's actually mentioned in Maria Treben's literature is that if you get bitten by a wild dog, that the plantain will help you to heal it. So you can grind lots of plantain leaves, and you can use the juice from the plantain. Use the juice from the plantain and the whole plant that is grind up on your bitten part where you got bitten by a wild dog, or by wasp, or by bees, or any kind of insect. Just use it. I'm using it as a big deal in my skin salves. Any kind of plantain, broadleaf or narrowleaf plantain in my skin salve. So that's why, and also in my creams, that's why I am getting very good feedback from people that it's helping them with so many skin disorders, skin issues. It's helping them even with the psoriasis, but I'm adding more plantain, more wild herbs there, more wild plants. I am using lots of different stuff there, lots of wild roots and plants in my salves. By the way, if someone is interested in my salves or cream, I'm leaving email address where you can contact me. It's under this video. So just contact me and I'll be back to you, and I will see if I can fix you. If I might have some of these mentioned salves available, just PM me, just send me message on the email that I'm leaving under this video. Okay, so another layer of plantain. Press it well, press it well. Also, what's interesting is if you have blisters in your food, on your food. Okay, you see you see the way how I press it really with the whole weight as strong as you can. Press it there very well. If you have blisters on your feet, on your foot, what's recommended is use the fresh leaf of the plantain and pop it in your shoe, so barefoot. So you would be walking barefoot in the shoe, and then use the leaf, probably broadleaf plantain leaf, in your shoe, sock, and then you can walk in the plantain and it will heal blisters. Actually, very similar way like you would be using a mullein leaf. So you can use mullein leaf for this kind of ailments as well, but plantain is probably the best remedy for wounds, for blisters, for cuts, for any kind of stuff on your skin. Okay, I'm adding more fresh plantain there. What's interesting that I learned about is that the plantain leaf can help to soothe thrombosis. So that's recommended as well, to use plantain leaf in regards of thrombosis. That is all stated in Maria Treben's old folk literature. Okay, that's another layer of plantain. Then the layer of sugar. I think I added too much, but it's all covered. It needs to be covered with the sugar. Okay, that's another layer of sugar. I still need more plantain, so as you can see, you need a lot of handful of plantain. I don't have probably enough. You can still keep going the following day. It doesn't matter, really. Okay, so this is plantain cough syrup, which is great, very good, powerful expectorant. And if you have a dry cough, or for example, I probably mentioned before, when I had COVID, I was left with a dry cough and I couldn't get rid of it. It was sitting on my chest. What I did was I was taking plantain tincture that I made from plantain, lungwort, mullein, what else was in it? I was taking this tincture by teaspoon and my dry cough was gone very fast. Within 3-4 days it was just gone. By the way, I have this tincture available as well. If someone is interested, you can just email me. I'm leaving that email, as I said. There are more wild respiratory plants that I'm using in my tinctures. In this tincture, respiratory tincture. And I'm using also mullein roots, wild roots in this tincture. So that's why it's so powerful. That's why it's helping people, and I'm getting good feedback because you're using wild roots are really working well. Okay, again, another layer of plantain. This recipe is based on the layers of plantain, sugar or honey, plantain, sugar, till you come to the top of this jar. But there is another recipe that you could use in regards of this plantain, where you would use 4 full hands of plantain, half cup of water, 1.5 cups of sugar, and roughly 1 cup of honey. Put everything in the saucepan, keep simmering, all except honey. Keep simmering everything till you get, just lightly simmering till you get thick texture. And then when you see it's simmered and you got thick texture, switch it off and only then add raw honey, because you don't want to destroy benefits that are in raw honey. Add raw honey in it, stir it, and pour it in the black bottles. And store those bottles in the cooler environment, somewhere in the. What's recommended is to use black bottles. So when this syrup is done ready, I will pour it in the black bottle as well, and then store these bottles in the cooler environment for a couple of months and keep using it. But I prefer this recipe. Okay, I pressed all plantain now, and I will use sugar on the top. This is the way how you finish it up, with the sugar on the top. Then when this is done, I'm adding more sugar, and this is it. This is the way how you want to finish it. Okay, then you will twist the lid, and I will let it sit in my windowsill for 1 night, and then the following day I could probably do still another layer, and then the following day it will settle probably till this point. There will be still gap that I will again fill in with another fresh plantain, layers of plantain and sugar, twist it, and I will be keeping it in the cooler place at the same temperature. So don't keep it in the place where the temperature is changing. Try to keep it in the cooler place where it's cooler and it's colder and it's not hot, for the period of the 2-3 months. Some people even dig the hole and they put it in the hole and they keep it in this hole covered with the soil for the period of 3 months. That is actually the very old recipe, but it was working. Then you dig it out, or just take it from your cool place, and you will see the syrup created. Dark black syrup, plantain cough syrup, will be created. I think I'm on the top of this jar now. There is no more space. And what you will do is you will strain it perfectly, squeeze all the plantain from the liquid, squeeze everything very well in the dark bottle. And where is my sugar? And keep it. Okay, more sugar there. Strain it, squeeze it, all syrup. Then some recipes are calling for heating it all up when it's strained, and heating it up to 70 Celsius, which is 158 Fahrenheit. And then as it's hot, to be poured in the dark bottle, but I don't do that, and it's still working. I don't heat it up. It's working. It doesn't get moldy because it's dry. If it was wet, it would be probably getting moldy. So I just pour it in the ready syrup. I will pour in the dark bottles, and I'm storing it either in the fridge or just in the cooler place. Maybe if you heated it up, it will stay from the moldness, but I just keep using it, and I don't want to heat it up. I don't want to destroy benefits that are valuable in the presence of this remedy. It's very antibacterial and anti-inflammatory, plantain itself, so it's working very well. Then this syrup is meant to be taken 2-3 times daily, so it's helping you coughing and it's helping you to clear mucus from your chest. So that's narrow leaf or broadleaf plantain cough syrup. Very powerful remedy. It's actually being sold in the pharmacy, but I prefer my own one because I know that there are only 2 ingredients. It's plantain, wild plant, and I know the source where it was harvested, and honey or sugar. So I know that it's good source and there are no preservatives, no GMO or anything bad, which you can't be sure when it's coming from the different place. So your own one, remedy, is the best one. So this is the plantain syrup, cough syrup. If you wish, you can leave some comment under my video. I can read it. You can like it, you can subscribe if you haven't done already so, or you can share my video. I will be more than glad. I don't mind. And as I mentioned, any kind of tinctures or salves treating your skin, or I have different salves treating poison ivy reaction, or just any kind of salves, you can just email me and I will reply if I have it available. So that's it for today, and see you next week. Bye.